On December 17, 1967, one of the greatest mysteries in Australian history occurred. Harold Holt, the Prime Minister of the country, who was supposed to be enjoying his holiday, vanished into the waves while visiting a beach south of Melbourne with his friends. The sea that day was rough, with strong currents and visible whirlpools, creating a dangerous situation that would make anyone hesitate. However, Holt, who was confident in his swimming abilities, entered the water without hesitation and never returned. A 6-day search followed, but neither Holt's body nor any of his belongings were ever found. Holt's sudden disappearance only deepened the mystery, turning this incident into a national-level enigma. Today, let's delve into the truth behind the great mystery of Harold Holt's disappearance. In 1908, Harold Holt was born to a father who was a showman and a mother from a well-known theatrical family. Growing up, he developed a strong interest in theatre. While studying law at Queen's College in Melbourne, Holt met Robert Menzies, who would later become Australia's 12th Prime Minister. This encounter inspired him to pursue a career in politics. In 1935, Holt ran for office as a candidate from the Liberal Party. His eloquent speeches, honed through his background in theatre, drew significant attention, and he successfully won the election. He went on to hold several key positions, including Minister for Immigration, steadily building his political career. In 1966, Holt became Australia's 17th Prime Minister. Amid the rising tensions of the Cold War, he strengthened Australia's alliances with the United States and the United Kingdom, gaining widespread public support. A former competitive swimmer, Holt was known for his love of the ocean and owned multiple beachside holiday homes across Australia. On December 17, 1967, Holt was spending his holiday at Cheviot Beach near Portsea, Victoria. That day, he was accompanied by his friend Marjorie Gillespie, her daughter Viner, Viner's boyfriend Martin Simpson, and Alan Stewart. Holt was the first to change into his swimsuit and dive into the sea, followed by Alan Stewart. However, Stewart immediately felt a strong undertow swirling around his legs and quickly stopped. Holt, on the other hand, continued swimming without hesitation, as if nothing was wrong. His friends, watching with concern, called out to him, urging him to come back, but by then, Holt had already ventured into deep waters. Before the eyes of his worried friends, Holt suddenly disappeared into the sea. His friends, in shock, climbed up the cliffs to gain a higher vantage point and searched for any sign of him, but nothing was visible. Panic quickly set in. They called for help from nearby divers. However, the strong undertow and the murky water, stirred up by the powerful currents, reduced visibility to nearly zero. The divers then climbed onto the rocks and scanned the water with binoculars while waiting for the police and rescue teams to arrive. Within an hour, a helicopter began hovering along the coastline, and a diver, secured with a safety rope, was lowered into the turbulent waters to continue the search. By sunset, nearly 200 personnel had been mobilized, including members of the Australian Army, Navy, Coast Guard, Victorian Naval Committee, and the Department of Aviation. A large-scale search and rescue operation continued for 6 days, but neither Holt's body nor any of his belongings were ever found. 2 days later, Prime Minister Holt was officially declared dead. When news of this major incident broke in the media, it was widely reported, and the nation was left in shock and mourning. Prime Minister Holt's disappearance occurred just 4 years after the assassination of US President John F. Kennedy. Moreover, it happened shortly after Holt had announced Australia's commitment to sending troops to the Vietnam War. Amidst the Cold War, when espionage and intelligence warfare were at their peak, Holt's sudden disappearance immediately fueled conspiracy theories. The fact that the leader of Australia vanished without any warning instilled fear and anxiety among the public and drew global attention. In response to the Prime Minister's disappearance, the ruling party acted with remarkable speed. By Monday, they had already begun selecting a successor. Additionally, Cheviot Beach, where the incident took place, was known for its strong currents and as a shark-infested area. Authorities concluded that it was highly likely that the Prime Minister had drowned, and the search was called off after a short period. This led to conspiracy theories suggesting that Holt's position had already been predetermined to be vacated. At the time, there was growing skepticism about Holt's leadership, and many within his own party reportedly wanted him to step down. Some even speculated that he was a spy for the Chinese government. During his university years, Prime Minister Holt was said to be pro-China, having written a thesis advocating for stronger relations between Australia and China. Even after that, Holt reportedly maintained ties with the Chinese government. However, one theory suggests that upon learning that the Australian Secret Intelligence Service was suspecting him, he orchestrated his own disappearance. According to this theory, on his final day, Holt swam out into the sea and, with the help of divers, boarded a small Chinese submarine. However, Holt's wife, Zara Bate, dismissed this theory as utterly ridiculous. Time passed without resolution, and 38 years after the incident, on September 2, 2005, the coroner of Victoria re-examined Holt's case along with other cases of drowning and missing persons. The official conclusion was that he had been swept away by the rough waves and drowned. While this ruling provided an official explanation and a sense of closure, more than 50 years after Holt's disappearance, the case remains one of Australia's greatest mysteries, continuing to intrigue people. Will new information ever emerge to shed light on this enduring enigma? The history of the world remains shrouded in mystery. Let's continue to embark on journeys together to uncover these mysteries. Until our next journey, see you again.